Right, hello and welcome back to another video on Serious About Salvage and another new car reveal. So before we dive into that, again just a massive thank you to all the new subscribers, all the present subscribers, all the original subscribers. Without you guys and girls, this wouldn't be possible. So you know, it's massively humbling, and I really can't believe where it's got to be fair. I never really imagined it to grow this well when I started it, so thank you to all you guys, and hopefully we can just keep going and buying better and better things for you guys to watch. So, funnily enough, I almost bought a Maserati the other day. That probably would have been a disaster, but it would have been great for the channel. So let's just dive into this video, but don't forget obviously the giveaway. Thumbs up, comment, make sure you're subscribed, and you've got a chance of winning that iCarsoft CR Pro OBD2 scanner. Let's have a look at this new car. Focus ST Estate, but there's a few issues, but I think it's going to be a good one. So here we go. We've got ourselves a Focus ST Estate. Now it is the 2 litre turbo petrol, because I know in the hatchback version I think you can get a diesel in it as well, and it literally looks exactly the same car, just with a diesel instead of a petrol. This is a petrol. I'm not sure if you can get a diesel in the estate, but they're definitely not as common as the hatchbacks. And this car really, it ticks a lot of boxes. Performance, sporty, practical, and it's got me thinking, do you know, in all fairness, this is the perfect car for me and my family, really. We do make the odd trip down south to the in-laws. The extra boot space would be, do you know, incredible for us. At present we have, you probably know, a newest shape Audi S4. It's a 2018, but it's a saloon, and in hindsight I should have got the estate, but I've had enough of that car in all honesty, and we could really do with the extra boot space. We're going to keep the Peugeot, that's just outside, but I think this is far more practical for us, so I don't know now what to do. But anyway, that's not really for this video. So this car, again, it's come from auction. It's a salvage categorised, I think it's Cat S, and it's a funny damage one, this one. It's a weird one. From this side, it's just literally as if the bumper skin's been taken off. No damage other than a hole in the headlight. Now I'm looking at this for the first time, just like I always do with you guys, so we'll look around it properly. Loads on the tread. Pad's about half. It is wet, so obviously you don't see scratches and stuff like that, but that's just dirt. Nothing wrong with this side. Wheels could probably do with a refurb. You know, some marks on the spokes. Round to the back end, and again, nothing of, you know, concern. We've got some scuff marks on this, but you know, when the boot's open, that takes the brunt of the force, doesn't it, filling the boot with stuff. We get round to this side, and again, rear quarter, okay. Wheel has took some beating, and it's got chip out of there. I think it's bent as well. It is bent, so that's going to need to be replaced. These have been refurbed in the past. Look at that. So not a very good job. So we want 2 wheels for definite. There's a bit of paint missing there. Bit of a scuff, but I think most of that will buff out. And then we get to the actual damage. Now, everything's pretty much gone. The struts there, half a hub. So I'll get the torch, we'll have a proper look. So yeah, basically I bought a 3-wheeled Focus ST Estate. Get back round that side. That's a bit better for you. So yeah, the strut's bent, the hub snapped in half, drop links come off. inner rack end snapped in half. Bottom arm is bent and it's ripped the bottom arm ball joint out. We've got half a drive shaft, so it's taken some, you know, some serious whack on this side. But it must have been so low down. It's a weird one, this one. So we've obviously got some damage to the arch, but that's been caused by the wheel being ripped off. That. We have a little look. Can we see behind here? Not a lot really. That's probably going to be for another video, looking behind there. We've got the bottom sill cover's missing. And like I said, these estates aren't as common as a saloon, the hatchbacks, so perhaps that might be a bit tricky to find maybe. But then around the front, there isn't any damage. It's a weird one. This headlight seems perfectly fine, and I can't see anything on the bonnet at all. Let's jump up. No, it's just very dirty, but there's no damage to the bonnet. Windscreen, I do see a crack down there. Other than that, so we're probably going to have to put a windscreen in it. No, nothing on the roof. So yeah, an interesting one this. How? Well, I think we don't speculate anymore, do we? Some of you from the earlier days will understand. But yeah. So there's obviously a bit of damage to this box. That's got some kind of ECU in it. So on the inside, now I've not looked, I did see on the pictures that it looks like some of the stuff was in the back, but I haven't looked in it. No, we don't want to open this door because that's going to catch on that, and we don't want to damage the door. It looks like it is bent a little bit. Perhaps there's a bit of a mark there. We'll look at that, but let's go around to the driver's side. Open it up. This door opens fine. You see inside. So alright, okay, so the bumper is here and the side skirt, what condition they're in, we will have a look. But inside, there's no airbags gone off. That's just been popped off. I'll have a look at that. But yeah, there's no airbags gone off at all. Let's even get up. Oh. Nothing. Everything seems... It's in here. Oh, there's half a wheel. Oh, there's the hub. So we might get the caliper off it. And there's the bumper. Which, in all honesty, I can't really see any problem. Hold on. We'll wait until we get that out and we'll have a look at that. But inside, it's got no damage. I couldn't believe it. You know, the airbags, obviously it was on the pictures. No airbags had gone off. That wing mirror is destroyed. But this is it's an ST3, so it's got all the spec. Push button start, keyless entry and go, cruise, you know, all your phone connectivity. I'm presuming it'll have sat nav. It's got reversing camera. I've seen that on the back. You got your little gauges up there, and these seats are very, very supportive. They feel really nice to sit in. Got anything? Alright, we've got the handbooks. Perhaps have a look at that later, see if there's any Service history. Nothing in there. Okay, right, so happy with in here. Happy that nothing, no damage. Now this car was listed no run, no drive, basically, so they couldn't get it started. And obviously it's not going to drive anywhere because it's only got 3 wheels. So the photos they showed were literally of the dash exactly as it is there. There were no lights on, no nothing. So it would appear that they weren't able to get any power to this car whatsoever. So as we can see, nothing has got any power. No lights on. So we can't get in the boot because we've got no power. But that's strange. That should be the damaged side over there. I can't see anything. So we need to get some power to this car. Then we can open the boot and we can attempt to start it, can't we? So we need to first of all open the bonnet, which is going to be around the other side. Now I have done an MOT check on this, because obviously you like to know roughly what kind of mileage these cars on, especially when they don't show anything on the dash. So I'm estimating it to be, what's that? Oh, the hell? What the hell? Wow, have you ever seen that before? They don't work properly, but oh. Anyway, I estimate this car to have done somewhere between, well, I think mid-80s, I think. 85, between 85 and 90,000 miles. So on a 2012, no, it's not too bad, it's probably about average. So anyway, we need to have a look up on here, don't we? Oh. So I think, yeah. Oh. Alright, so the battery is connected, because a lot of these auction companies now, they disconnect batteries. But in here, other than a lot of leaves, on first glance everything looks to be original and in place. So as always, just a quick check before we go any further for any engine oil. And yeah, it's over minimum, so we have engine oil. It doesn't appear there's any coolant in the expansion tank, so perhaps we have got a little bit of undercarriage damage in terms of radiator, but this headlight's definitely not been touched. Right, alright, so right, well, all we can do then is put some power to this car and see what happens, isn't it, really? There's nothing else to do. So this is a little opportunity to show you something I was sent, and actually I'm rather impressed with, in all honesty. Will it work on this? Yeah, it'll work on this. So we have our conventional booster there. You have to charge up, put on the car, jump starts the car. Now I was sent this AutoVit, I think it's AutoVit or AutoWit, don't know. And this is a little bit different. Its actual name is AutoVit Supercap 2 Jump Starter. Now instead of being a battery pack, this is full of capacitors. So what means is you don't charge up this jump pack as a conventional way like you do with that. You have this in your boot, you can sit there for months and months and months, and what it's designed for is if you go to supermarket, leave your lights on, come out, your battery's drained to a point where it won't crank your engine out fast enough, Joe, to get it to start. You connect this to your battery in that low charge state, it draws the remaining charge out of your battery, and then it fires it all back in one massive lump and allows your car to start. So it can be a lifesaver. Now obviously this isn't going to work on our Focus ST because this battery is completely dead. So there's nothing for this AutoVit to suck out of the battery to be able to throw back at it in one lump. So what I've realised, another crafty little tool this is, just say again you leave your lights on, come out to your car from the supermarket and your battery is completely dead. All you need to do is ask the person parked next to you or anyone in the car park if you can charge your AutoVit on their car battery. So what you do is, I would advise the car's running just to make sure you don't drain their battery to the point where they can't start. But you connect it up, straight away it'll come on and it says charging. So that percentage, when that gets to 100%, take it off, take it straight to the car you want to jump start, and then connect it back up to your battery, and then you press that red button there and it'll count down in 10 seconds. Once it gets to 0, it'll do a loud beep and then you can start your car. So we're already up to what, 50%? So I'll leave that a little bit longer. I think the time quoted when you put it onto a battery, do you know, that's not got a lot of charge, is something like 7 minutes. Now what I'm thinking about doing, this is down to 12.4 volts now, I'm going to whip this off here. So what you'll see is it's at 64%. It'll retain that amount of battery charge, and I'm just going to go over here and put it onto this battery. This is a spare I've got, it's got some power in it that I don't need, because I don't want to start the Astra and I don't want to drain the battery at the same time. So that will carry on to go up now, 66, 67. Once it's full, we will put it on this car and we will attempt to start it. So we've got our keys here, and with this car we got 2 keys. Massive bonus straight away, with them being the keyless entry and go. That's a really nice extra to get with it. So we'll just plonk this in the car so we know it's in there, and we are ready to go. Let's put it in there and have another little look. 83. So see, it doesn't take long on a battery that's got, you know, plenty of life in it. So like I said, if you put it onto the car, another car in the car park, and ask them to just charge it up for you. And you know, bearing in mind this booster, if I plug this into the mains and charge it, it takes a couple of hours, you know, and they lose the charge over time. So if I charge this up, put it in my boot, if I don't need it for 6 months, that'll be flat. It won't retain its charge, it'll slowly lose it, which is why these AutoVits come in really handy. 94. And you know me, I won't promote a product unless I think it's useful. So if you check in the description of this video, I'll have some discount codes for you to put in there. So if you want to grab one of these and put it in your boot, just in case, I would recommend it. 99. Start beeping now. So we're fully charged. So we take this off here now, and we go over to our Focus ST Estate. As you see, it's still 100%. I'm going to end up on my backside in a minute, everything's slippy. And we put ourselves an earth on. Put ourselves a positive on. And they say it's power on. So all we do now is press that red button, counting down. I'm gonna get round there now. See, everything's like lit up. Clutch in, press start, and look, it started the car. Now we're going to have faults, we're going to have issues, but this car runs, and you know, we didn't try anything different. All we've done is put power to it, and it started up. Brake fluid low, yeah, well there's a caliper missing, so it's drained all its fluid. Hill assist to start, whatever. Tyre pressure, yeah, well it's missing a wheel, so engine oil change due, that's fine. Bonnet's open, driver door open, done. So 88,264 miles, and in all fairness it sounds fine, sounds good. So we can't leave it running too long because obviously we've got no coolant, have we? Nice digital climate control. So let's open that boot whilst we can. Sounds alright, sounds standard. Whoa, it's a heavy boot. And there we go. A bumper skin and a C still that don't appear to really have any damage on them, which is strange. But anyway, we'll look at that in a minute. Just concentrate on the fact that it's running, because like I said, I can't leave it running for too long. So we can take this off now. Now another thing I noticed, oh, bloody hell, nearly fell off. This Autovit has retained 92% of its charge. So it used 8% to start that car, which probably hasn't ran for over a month. And apparently the auction centre company couldn't get it to run. Well, all we've done is literally put a booster pack on it, and it's running. And it sounds spot on, actually. Sounds spot on. So that's good. But like I said, there isn't, I don't think, I couldn't see it. Is this never-ending cap? No, there's very little coolant in there. We put a bit in it and just see what happens. Obviously, I'm only going to put water in it. I do apologise if this is a bit shaky on camera. I'm trying to be as quick as possible because obviously I am conscious that the engine is running. Although we have a little bit of time before anything gets warm. I don't want to do any damage to what appears to be a perfectly well running engine. I suppose this will let us see the leak as well. Well, that didn't go very far, did it? So I suspect there's a decent leak somewhere. Whoop. Anyway, that's for another day. The fact of the matter is, we've got it running, and that's made my day. Plenty of oil pressure. Right, okay. I think, yeah, we should turn this off now. Didn't think it was going to turn off then. So yeah, 88,264. Interior scan. That'll be sensors for, you know, dogs and stuff being left in it, I would have thought. Okay. Run and drive. Well, I'm not going to say drive, what an idiot. Run, it's a runner. Okay, right, so last thing to do is take a look at that stuff in the boot, isn't it? So let me just plank up on the Mini, and I'll grab these few bits out. A very dirty side skirt, but other than a little bit bent, okay, so this is a real bonus. We've got a side skirt that, yeah, it looks a little bit bent. Oh, excuse me, I do apologise. Oh, that's that noodles I've just eaten. But I can't see any damage. So we'll have to give that a good clean up. Worst case, it might need a lick of paint and a bit of straightening with a bit of, you know, put it in some hot water. But look at the bumper again. Off first glance, all I can see damage wise is a bit of a split down here, which we could easily fix. Obviously it's going to need painting, but got a spotlight. So that's a massive bonus, that grille, because they're not cheap and there's no damage to that. It's a bit of scuff in there. We're obviously missing that grille. The middle one's broke. But again, spotlights on this side. That grille's fine. A bit more scuff in there. So yeah, we definitely need to paint it. Oh, I know a lot of that will come out, Joe, with a machine polish. But if we're going to repair that little bit there, it's going to end up being painted. But what a bonus to get this. You would have swore blind that this side would have been destroyed, wouldn't you? Looking at that car. Obviously we have got them washer jet covers missing. I haven't seen them anywhere. So inside, our calipers here. So that's been cut, that, to get it off the car, but it was dangling by the brake line. Calipers there, I'm sure there'll be no issues with that, I wouldn't have thought. Or the carrier. That's the rest of the hub. Oh. The rest of the drive shaft, which I will not be using. So yeah, we need a complete hub, and obviously we're going to need a wheel, which is absolutely goosed. Bit of trim off something. Is it off this? I don't know, it might have been a splitter off the bottom of the bumper maybe. Yeah, perhaps a splitter off the bottom of the bumper. So yeah, alright, so this is turning into a cracker actually, isn't it? Absolute cracker. So it's a runner again, from auction, even though they said they couldn't get you any power to it. So it runs and starts. The front bumper looks like we could just, if you wanted to, you could bolt it back on, polish it a little bit. If you're using it yourself, we need an headlight, a wing, and literally everything that's in here, which is excellent. Mirror, obviously, this trim, whatever that is, and a really good clean. Probably 2 wheels, a refurb on the other 2. Yeah, this is quite, you know, marked up, but it's an estate car, isn't it? It's a load lugger, but I quite like it actually, and like I said, it'd be ideal for me and my family. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Now obviously it's going to have to sit on this this truck until I can get the bare minimum to turn it into a drive, which is going to be, obviously, like I said, the strut, hub, shaft, bottom arm, outer track red end. I can throw the spare wheel on for now, that's not an issue. So if any of you guys out there have any of these parts, get in touch on Instagram or email. I'll draw them on the market from right now. Well, anything you see that this car needs, if you've got it, give me a shout. And then we can make another video and get it running and driving. But a great little car, great big car. It's not a little car, is it? Alright, I feel like I'm just waffling on a little bit now. Parking sensors on the back, but none on the front. That's a strange one. Yeah, I'm waffling on a bit now, so I'm going to leave you with that. Like I said, as always, thank you very much for watching. The support at the moment is phenomenal. The views I'm getting, I couldn't wish for more, really, to be honest with you. We're going to go so much further than this, trust me. But it all takes time and it all takes money. I want a ramp, you know, I want a lot of things. But if you know, like I said, you guys that have been around from the start, you'll know where we come from, and you can see where we've got to in not a lot amount of time, really. So yeah, thank you as always. The support from the Fiat 500, incredible. I'm sure you guys will enjoy this one as well. Okay, as always, thank you, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers.